Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Qutub Minar are often regarded as icons of Indian architecture and earns praises all around the world. But today, I'll show you an architectural beauty which is equally beautiful but often ignored. It isn't that many Indians knows nor it is recognized under Indian Heritage Site, but the architectural brilliance is far ahead of others. I, Kuntala Sen, will introduce to the temple where pillars deny gravity, where the evidence of giants is found, and the temple with ancient beliefs. In Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh lies a small village named Lepakshi. There's a very interesting story on how the place gained its name from the renowned Hindu epic Ramayana, when the demon king Ravana abducted Ma Sita from Pushpaka Vimana. It was the king of birds, mighty Jatayu, which tried to save her from the evil hands. Unfortunately, in the battle, Jatayu lost its wing and fell on the ground. Meanwhile, in search of Sita, when Lord Ram and Lakshman found Jatayu, Lord Ram said, Lepakshi means raise, O bird. Therefore, the place earned the name Lepakshi. The main attraction of the Lepakshi is the temple of Lord Veerabhadra Swami. This temple was built in Dravidian architecture by Vijayanagara Empire. We can find the logo of Vijayanagara Empire carved called Gandaverunda or two-headed bird. Surprisingly, the 600-year-old temple was built using modern-day technique of construction of interlaying technology. The walls are built using no bonding materials. Instead, the rocks are made to lock among themselves, much like modern-day building of a bridge. The temple is designed in such a way that it has 3 layers. Innermost layer is where we can find the main god. Next layer has various types of hall, and the last layer is to guard the temple. On entering the temple, we can find the Natya Mandap or the dancing hall. It has over 70 pillars and each pillar is engraved beautifully. It is called the dancing hall because we can find prominent Apsara Ramba dancing and other yakshas performing various musical instruments. The sculptures are so perfect that it seems as if real people have turned into stones. But this isn't it. It's just the fraction of what still lies ahead. What if I tell you that a pillar of over 20 feet and weighing over 2 tons hangs in the air? It might surprise you, but the fact is this miraculous pillar floats 1 inch above the floor. To demonstrate it, we insert a cloth beneath the pillar. It moved swiftly. But what is the reason behind this miracle? Over 100 years ago, the same mystery amazed a British officer named Hamilton. So he inserted a crowbar under the pillar and he tried to move it. The moment he did so, the entire temple began to shake and the other pillars also began to move from their original position. Fearing what would happen next, Hamilton stopped the experiment. The damage he did can still be found as few of the pillars have moved from its original position and the hanging pillar is tilted a bit, which makes it to the contact the ground at one end. Later, he concluded that the entire temple resting on the pillar and altering it would collapse the entire temple. But the mystery of the pillar still remains a mystery and still amuses hundreds of people till today. The inner layer of temple called Mahamantap, where we can find the main god called Veerabhadra Swami. It is believed to be self-manifested idol. Along with it, we can find 3 other lingas, one installed by Agastya Rishi, 2 by Lord Rama, another by Lord Hanuman, which is believed to be over 3000 years old. Discovering the importance of the place, the royal treasurer of Vijayanagara Empire, Virupanna, along with his brother Veeranna, hired sculptors Hampanna and Jakanna under the guidance of then King Achyutadevaraya, began to build this beautiful temple in 1522. Post constructing Natya Mantapa or the dancing hall, he decided to construct marriage hall known as Kalyana Mandap, which showed how marriage of the Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati had happened on each of the pillars. But it couldn't be completed. There's an interesting story behind it. It is believed during the construction of the monument, few courtiers wrongly accused Virupanna as he is misusing the royal treasure in the name of construction. Influenced by their words, without any investigation, the king ordered that Virupanna has to be blinded. Upon learning about the matter, Virupanna was disappointed. Virupanna, being loyal to His Highness, plucked his eyes and threw it over the wall. It is still believed the blood stains are still visible on the wall. Therefore, the construction of this magnificent beauty came to an end after 16 years. What I'm saying isn't from any folk tales. The story behind the construction and its decline is being engraved on a nearby rock by the same architects who built this temple. Remember, I had introduced to you that Lepakshi as the land of giants, and I have few solid evidence to prove it. Look at the huge footprint found in the 3rd layer of the temple. It is estimated to be the person of at least 25 to 30 feet tall. This is how it looks alongside a footprint of modern human being. But you may claim that it may be the work of sculpture like many others in the surroundings. So I have another evidence. It's the giant monolithic bull popularly known as Nandi, which is 15 feet tall and 27 feet long. But how a structure proved the existence of the giants? Here is another reason for it. According to the Hindu belief, a Nandi is always associated with Lord Shiva and placed exactly in front of it. Here the giant bull faces a giant monolithic Shivlinga, which is in the temple premises around 400 meters away. It is known as Nagalinga as it is guarded by a giant snake. And according to the tradition, the devotee look into the linga through the horns of Nandi. And it is not possible by any ordinary man to do it, since he needs to be at least 15 feet in height. And I am saying the Nandi is associated with this very linga because both of them follow a similar type of architecture as they both are carved out of a single rock. This is what the temple guide says about the giants.
ಪಾದ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಥರ ಅವ್ರು ಸೀತಾದೇವಿ 5 ಅಡಿ 6 ಅಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ತ್ರೇತಾಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರಿ ಹೈಟ್ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ ಜನ. ದ್ವಾಪರಗ ಬರೋಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೈಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋದ್ರು. ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಕಲಿಗ ಬರೋಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ನಾವಿನ್ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
Quite interesting, isn't it? Probably you might be amazed seeing this heritage, but day by day it's ruining. Yes, you heard it right. ASI is doing its job perfectly. They have appointed few people to look after the maintenance of the architecture. And also, ASI chief look after the temple every day. But for your information, I want to let you know that the temple is under Muzra Ilaka, which means all the funds for the temple which devotees donate directly goes to the government, which means government is dictating and interfering in all the rituals and traditions. Therefore, there are hardly any chances for the growth of several temples like this, both economically and culturally. So I'm going to conclude this program by saying, please support us to save Hindu temples. Thank you.